it's just, yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are good to go.
All right. Everybody, my name is Patrick. I'm a business development representative here at Target CW. I actually was the one who connected with Preston. So thank you for coming here and giving us the opportunity of coming on site and just learning a little bit about your model and ours and seeing where we can take it. Coming to the next slide, sorry. Here's the agenda for today, and it's quite simple. We're gonna go over your current contingent workforce program. From our last call, we have notes on it. We know how many vendors you use, how many workers, but we don't really know the depth of the problem. You have 15 vendors, how do you manage them all? We have clients who have problems with 3 vendors, so you obviously have a lot more than that. All the other workers as well, so I know Mike wanted to get into this. This is Mike Workoff. He's our VP of Business Development, and he's gonna take it.
Thanks for having us, guys. So we'll do mini introductions. So I overlook sales and business development at Target CW. Patrick, I work with Patrick a lot, so love working with him. He's great. And then I'll hand it off to these 2 ladies and have them introduce, and we can do introductions as well.
Perfect.
Hello everyone, I'm Sarah. I head up our operations team at Target CW. So today we'll be going into our operations side of things, and I'll be here to answer any questions you have around that.
And I am Stacy Penny. I'm VP of Staffing, and I have head up obviously the staffing division, and I will go into a little bit of that. So if you have any questions, you can let me know.
Person, you want to start? Well, my name's Carr, so I'm the HR project manager and work with a lot of the HRIS systems like Workday. So obviously any integration with any technology is right up my alley, so glad to be here.
I'm Preston. I'm in charge of the TA. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Where's the finance
I'm
of the
Jan,
guys?
I'm all about the numbers. Director of Finance.
Number Jan.
You
Number
like
Jan.
Sarah, nice to meet you all.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for the intros. As Patrick mentioned, so we have, he shared with our team your kind of, give us an overview of your current situation. So we have a few questions for you guys before we jump into the presentation because we want to tailor it to your current situation. So if you don't mind, just we want it to be very interactive. If you can go, if you can stop us at any time. If you want to stop us at any time, go ahead and ask away. So just to confirm, there are 500 contingent workers at Best Buy currently, give or take a few, right around there.
Yeah, so I'm new to the position. I've only been here 6 months, but we have about 500 contingent workers.
Okay.
And I think we give us a breakdown of about 150 or so our payroll and that sort of thing.
Got it.
There might be pockets in other places that we don't know about, but for the most part, you have all the data.
Perfect. Great. And so my other quick questions are, how familiar are you all with the VMS MSP model? Have you guys had prior experiences? Have you ever ran programs or been part of programs at your previous, in your previous careers, jobs?
I was at 3M and we had Allegis system.
Really, you
And
had
I think-
Allegis, that's
and
what
I-
you had was Allegis of all the different programs that you
Yes.
had with Allegis.
And I couldn't stand them.
And they hired you here?
I'm not part of Allegis.
Cool.
How about you, Preston?
So I'm very familiar with PMS and MSP services, so I have a pretty good understanding of it. I feel like there's always changes here and there, and me and Jan have talked a lot about it in terms of helping to control spend, what methods we want to use in terms of, do we want to bring on a tool, use our current internal tools, that sort of thing.
How do you guys currently track your vendors, your contingent workers? Like, is there a database? It's on Excel sheets?
We have, we put them in our internal HRIS,
Okay.
and we do blanket POs right now by agency.
Okay.
So, but we're finding that is a little broad and not giving us enough control over the whole situation.
Got it.
Perfect. So you're using your internal HRIS system to track your vendors as well?
Nope.
No, just for
Yeah.
your
Just for
workers.
CW.
Yeah.
And then for your vendors, are you using any type of system to track those right now?
Nope. There's a big old spreadsheet of all of our agencies, and we kind of sort of know where their contracts are.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of sort of.
Well, we have
Perfect.
an amazing tool for that. So it's called Staffing Nation. We'll show you. Quick demo and a presentation we'll kind of go over. So, and I guess the last question I have is: you have 15 agencies currently. How many of those are staffing agencies? How many are payroll agencies?
So probably about 5 of them do both functions for us.
Okay.
They're within that range of 20 to 26%, and hiring managers choose what they want, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other ones, all 15 do staffing as well.
Okay.
But we don't hire a dedicated payrolling vendor.
Perfect.
Yeah. We might, but I don't know.
Various departments use various different vendors.
Okay.
And then from a finance perspective, we just manage their P&Ls on a monthly and quarterly basis to make sure that they're on budget.
How do you feel about that model?
Yeah.
With the different departments and different locations managing their own vendors?
You know, as long as they're managing them and they're within budget, I'm happy with them. It's when they're not and when their POs are late or overdue or not in line with their budgets.
Yeah.
It becomes confusing.
For me, one of my tasks that Jan gave me is to kind of reel in the budgets though a little bit too. So we're within budget, but can we have other savings as well?
Gotcha.
So obviously right now, there's probably room to improve based on our economies of scale. And so that's what we have you here for, is to help us with some of those things.
So it seems like costs and budgeting is probably one of your main, not concerns.
It's
but one
part of the
your
whole
top
package,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't necessarily know that one thing is the catalyst for this
Yeah.
conversation. Probably a bunch of different things are very important to us. And obviously our brand is very important to us.
There's
So
a
we wanna
challenges
hear about that.
slide, so we can kind of go over your current challenges, and if you notice anything that's on there already, if you wanna add to it, let us know. So, I will let Patrick take over on the company intro, and then I'll hop in and, give you specifics on BMS, MSP, and our services and other stuff.
Absolutely. So this is just a little background about Target CW. Last year, 15,000 W-2s, 2018, 400 million annual revenue. We also are more than compliant, SSA 16 and annual audits, that just keeps everything local, everything, just compliant with all your divisions. We are security cleared by the Department of Defense and can payroll security workers up to secret clearance. And then we have a bunch of numerous best places to work awards. We actually also just won a pretty cool award, best CEO in San Diego. I thought we were gonna win best looking CEO in San Diego, but they said that the voting was great or something along those lines, but I'll take the best CEO in San Diego. 4.9 on Glassdoor. That's important to us because these reviews are coming from our workers, and not only our workers, but your workers. So we wanna make sure that they're getting everything they need and they're happy with our service. Dedicated privacy and security sites, so GDRP. And for our headquarters, it's here in San Diego. We have other offices. Also with the international, we know that you don't have anything now, but you were looking into the UK and Canada, we have direct entities there. So when it comes to international, that's something that you're looking at. I mean, we're here for you for that.
And what about, if it's outside the UK and Canada, can you help us there too?
Absolutely. We are set up in exactly 194 countries internationally and growing. I know Sarah likes numbers and so does Jan. We're specific.
Okay.
So then, and priorities and values, it's pretty simple. Number one is the client, and that's you. We're gonna make sure that you're getting what you need, we hit your wants and needs, but also explore into the future. Maybe run into problems for you that we have seen with other clients or in your space to just advise on that and show you any alternatives. For the candidate, if you think about it, that worker is your worker, but like I said, they're our worker. So we just need to make sure that they're getting everything they need. They're having their onboarding and offboarding, it's easy. All their time tracking, they're getting paid when they're supposed to be, and everything works easy for them. If there is a problem, we have staff here. You're gonna call in and you're gonna get them. That's kind of a piece of memorable service, but I'll get back into that. For the agencies, we've been on the other side of the coin here. We are an agency, but we feel that all the other agencies, there needs to be transparency. Also, everybody needs to be treated the same, so that everybody's working together seamlessly. And then us, Target CW, it's not that we're last, but we're putting everybody else's options and problems in front of ourselves. But we need to make sure that our team is doing what they're supposed to be doing as well, so we're on top of that.
We're the last piece of the puzzle.
Last piece of the puzzle.
We're there, we're up there as well, and we do pride ourselves on our 97% retention rate here at Target CW. We believe that if we make our internal staff happy, they will push happiness onto others. So we do feel it's important for us to still be a priority.
As well as good old fashioned customer service that we love to push.
Yeah, so for the respect and transparency, as I was saying, it's just constant communication, especially with our pricing. There's nothing hidden, everything is out on the table. You're gonna know what you're paying, you're gonna know the spend. For the memorable service, that's us, that's our customer service. It's not you're gonna call and it's a phone prompt for this and it's a phone prompt for that. You're gonna get a human being, and even within Staffing Nation, if you have a comment, question, you would log in and then get a human. For the constant alignment, that's big for us. So we're aligning ourselves with clients because we need to have that same culture fit, and the same has to go for your workers. So that has to be seamless as well. And then the beautiful design is just how easy this is to use. You have to be able to use it, and your workers have to be able to use it, and it's just easier that way. So the design is key for us.
So your idea of alignment is very important. It's actually one of the values that we have internally, is being align ourselves with our customers' needs and those sorts of things. And internally, how do you do that with us?
How do we align ourselves with you guys? So with the workers and your